Hello, my name is Catherine and I'm with Gingerbread Girl Designs, and this video is a tutorial on the waffle stitch. And the particular waffle stitch that I'm going to demonstrate is 8 fabric threads by 8 fabric threads, and I'll be stitching it on 18 count needlepoint canvas with number 5 pearl cotton. There are other sizes and shapes of waffle stitches, but once you see how this one is constructed, you'll be able to do any size or shape of waffle stitch because they all have a similar pattern. Following the stitch diagram that I showed at the beginning of this video, I'm going to come up at 1 and go down at 2, which is 8 fabric threads up, 2, 3, and 8 fabric threads over. Then I'm going to come up at 3 and go down at 4, and this makes a big X. So it's a big cross stitch. Now, if you follow the numbering from the stitch diagram, you'll see that I went down at 4 here and 5 is down here. So it is it's on the same side where I went down that I'm going to come up, and this is the pattern that this stitch follows, but it's all the way to the last open hole on that side. So then I'm going to cross over here. That'll be 6 in the stitch diagram, and I'll go all the way to the last open hole on that side. And you want a pretty good tension on these stitches, otherwise they tend to look floppy and sloppy. And as you stitch it, you'll notice that the stitch has layers. So the first layer is the X that we made at the beginning. After that, each layer is 4 stitches. So that's the second layer, and you'll see that it's starting to have a woven look to it. And I'm going to keep on following the numbering system. From the stitch diagram. And I'm stitching this waffle all in the same thread, but one of the beautiful things about this stitch is that you can do the different layers with different threads and give yourself a variety of looks, all from one stitch. So this is the 3rd layer, and the waffle has one more layer. However, if you look at this, this is actually pretty interesting on its own, and you could use this as a stitch as well. Then I might put, say, something like a star stitch in here to fill in that space, and that would give a different look. But we're going to complete this waffle here. And if you're putting a waffle into a design and you're not following someone else's directions, you might want to try out some different thread combinations on a scrap piece of canvas or on the edge of your canvas to see what looks best. So that's a waffle all completed in one thread, and it has a really nice texture to it. So you can see where that would be a great stitch to use in a number of different places. As you can see, this is a waffle stitch that is the same size as the one that I created earlier in this video, but this one has been stitched with 3 different threads to give it a little different look. So the first layer of the stitch the big X, you could see just sticking out on the corners, I did with Petite Very Velvet. And then the next 2 layers I did with number 5 Pearl Cotton. And the final layer is number 12 Krennic Braid. So that gives it a little bit of sparkle. So you can see the different textures create a completely different look from the waffle that I stitched with all pearl cotton. So play around with your different threads and see what you can come up with for great waffle stitches. Happy stitching!